and it's been quite a busy one in terms of work generally. So I would have been here ordinarily if I was sort of doing my side of the business. I would have been here on time, but I had a meeting, so apologies for coming late.
That's all right.
It was
We
a great
knew
day.
you were though, because of the time you're going to finish. Yeah. Totally.
But yeah, so it was a good day, nice and varied.
Did you smile?
I did smile, and funnily enough, actually, I wanted to share with you guys because during my break, it started raining. I was out going around the shops, whatever, and this tall young man was walking past me, and as he was walking past me, I was still smiling from smiling at somebody actually in an office. He was looking at me like, oh, you know, it's raining, and we sort of caught each other's eyes, and he sort of smiled, and I was like, like laughing to myself. And I continued to smile, like remembering, you know, it's like, oh, it's not that bad, you know, it's raining, it's wet, you know. Some people pray for rain, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And this young man, as I said, reminded me a bit of Seven. You're Seven, actually, tall, handsome young man. Anyway, he was like, oh, what's she smiling for? I actually heard him say, why is she smiling? And I kind of wanted to turn back and say, because I'm alive, because it's good. But I thought, no, let me just leave him. Just keep it to ourselves, our smiling love. But yeah, it makes a big difference. So
Definitely.
Thanks for sharing that.
That's all right. I'm so pleased you've got here. So I'm going to throw you straight in at the deep end of it because we've been chatting about the Mastermind, not really at the deep end. I just want you to say something about why did you start the Mastermind and why did you choose us to be in your 5-star legacy?
Because I love yous, firstly. To be honest with you, it wasn't something that was wholly intentional, but it was definitely, I don't believe in coincidences for you guys that know me. So it was purposeful and it was at the right time. It was kind of, I would say, quote unquote, accidental, just because I was looking for some information about Q2, how can I go forward in Q2? I was actually on
Q2?
Like, you know, in terms of Q1, Q2, in terms of how the financial year is broken down in business terms. And we were talking about Q2 and going into Q2 beginning of April when I was on another station, on a radio station. And the person that was also with me, the guest, she was kind of like really, really enthusiastic and she had a great Q1. And I was just like, she's like telling me about her whiteboards and all this organisation. I was just like, man, like she's really organised. And I hadn't had such a successful Q1 as I in my terms. Actually, I had. When I reflected, it wasn't that bad. But you know, you're always kind of down and hard on yourself. Anyway, so she inspired me, you know, and I let her know that, you know, you really inspired me. Actually, went down to Stratford, going in those shops, looking for the whiteboard and looking for this and that. And I stumbled across this Project Mastery. Stefan, who became our best friend in the group, even though he doesn't know any of us. But Project Life Mastery on YouTube, and because I was looking for something, you know, in terms of like planning your life, you know, managing time and all that good stuff. So he found that channel, and then I was just like, yeah, I need a mastermind. I need a support system, and I will tell you actually, because we've had a sabbatical, that it has definitely made a massive impact. Because I'm like, I really miss not just missing the routine, but actually the infrastructure and what it actually provides. Because I realised that I was starting to slip back into certain patterns because there was no accountability. And as Nana said, there's still cobwebs, you know, that things need dusting off, and a lot of work still needs doing, to be fair. But with that support network, you know, you can actually hold your own self accountable because other people are looking at you. So I have missed that actually, and I'm looking forward to getting back in.
Excellent. So now something a little bit contentious. I feel like it's time to open up the group.
Yes. Put us on the spot.
I was literally just about to say it just before you started talking.
Really?
I was going to say, yeah, I think we should discuss, as Akua had said, this was going to be an open and honest discussion. I feel that I need new blood in the group. Just for myself. I'm just saying, I can only speak for myself.
I think this is the beauty of our group, because we are very, very different.
Yeah.
Because I think we need new blood, but not new blood that's part of the 5. I think we need new blood that comes in, that are true experts. So So that's how I see new blood, not necessarily new blood that is part of the 5.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it's because I just like my clique, so.
I actually knew Nicola was going to say that. And I totally read her face before, and I knew she was going to say that. But
how do you feel?
Just echoing the sentiments of Nicola, actually, in terms of appreciating the diversity of all of us and where we've come to this stage. I think that we just need to focus on the experts in terms of bringing in that fresh blood. But I'm happy to put it to a poll.
That's so interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what's necessary, because if we think about when you're putting anything down, you're trying to think about, okay, what do you want the outcome to be? What do you want to get out of this? What do you want to feel? And maybe you just want to feel like you're being motivated more, or you want to feel like your plans are being met, or do you know what I mean? Like you're getting the right advice. And that comes from, I think, in most of our cases, comes from expert knowledge, not necessarily somebody is in the same position as us in terms of our business journeys.
Yeah.
So I think that would just add another voice, and it will add another element and energy, which could be great. But then they're coming into a space where we've already formed something. But we always knew this was going to be a consideration, so I'm happy to sort of think about it.
I agree with Nicola that, and I think we talked about this at Nicola's house,
Yeah.
having definitely more experts who are with us. Maybe if it's, some people it's just 2 weeks, some people it's 3 weeks, but I will confess I've been watching tax videos because I had such a block about doing the self-assessment that I actually just watched tax videos until I actually was no longer scared about tax. And I did actually think, do you know what, from watching tax videos, which are all very, very kind of just the straight down the line, what the government wants you to do, but then reading Kiyosaki's books, and then he's telling you about what rich people know that poor people don't know. I did actually think it'd be great to have a kind of tax person who knows what the government stuff, but is coming from the Kiyosaki side, to just really advise us on going forward. You know, these are the type of things that you need to start thinking about where once you've got $5,000 in the bank, you know, bank really isn't the best place for your $5,000, you know, because we're not yet at the stage where we're talking about £150,000, but we probably need the kind of knowledge that's going to help us to, you know, not wait till right at that stage and then have that kind of knowledge. So definitely I think a good slew of experts who can be quite tailored to the next steps that we want to be in would be really good. But yeah, I'm happy if everybody's happy with the group as is. You know the candidate that I have in mind to come and join the group.
I don't think that I do know. I don't know if it's appropriate to say now. But
No, it's not appropriate to say
And
now.
I think, from my point of view, and I think this is where this candid open discussion is, because I don't know why someone wants someone to join and why someone doesn't. For mine, it's trust.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple trust. I didn't know Nana before. I knew of you before.
Yeah.
And I knew of Joy before. The only person I really knew was Iota.
Right.
And it was that hesitancy in the first place that I had to open myself up to.
Yeah.
That's my work. But then do I want to do that work again with another person?
Yeah.
So that's where I have to be very honest and say that's why my restriction would be no.
Yeah. Cool. Nana?
Yeah, I guess in that respect, I'm almost always the opposite. I always like meeting new people. It's always like, I'm just like that. And if it doesn't work, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, they weren't the right fit.
Yeah.
And move on very quickly from somebody not being the right fit. So, I just feel, I don't know, maybe it's that thing. I liked that I didn't know you and Joy. That was more why I said yes. Because there was new people. Yeah. So it's like, so now it's like, I know you guys. So I feel
I'm
like,
ready for more.
Yeah.
I've been there,
If
done
I'm
that.
honest, it's a bit like, yeah, I know you guys, so
I get that.
Yeah.
another person, it would kind of be interesting to get to know what they see, what their journey is, what they could bring, and I could probably learn something, and then I move on again. But I think that's how I am.
And it's networks
People
as
stick
well.
Along the way, some people do, some people don't. But I kind of like picking up loads of new people. So
I'll come to you for therapy then.
Well, it's funny today. My mum and I had a birthday lunch together, and one of her friends came, and I've agreed to join a Ghanaian group called Neighbours, and I've been wanting to join a Ghanaian group for a while, but there always seems to be like I'm busy on a Sunday. But now I'll be able to join the Ghanaian group, and I feel so happy. Like, it probably is almost the same kind of happiness people who want to do something else that's expected, like get married or something, and then you've done that thing. And I think for me, growing up, seeing these groups that Ghanaian older people were in, and I know like you go to funerals together and you've got the friendships, and I'm so excited to go join this group. It better not let me down, because I'm really like excited that we're going to go funerals together. We're going to buy the same cloth, and we're going to be like, you know,
I want to come.
Exactly, it's really cool.
You too, Nana.
I love that. It sounds good. But you obviously got to be committed. I was an age thing.
No, I just feel like I'm not old enough. I could go.
It's true. I think it is a bit of an age thing, because my aunt was showing me the video, and I actually couldn't believe it that at age 50 I did say, are there any young people there? Meaning 50. So I think you do have to be a little bit older. I was like, oh God.
But I get that.
Yeah.
It's like a lodge.
Yeah.
I want to be in a lodge.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah,
I know Nana wants to be
lodge.
Yes, Fossilism Lodge.
No,
Let's create our own lodge.
I have actually been watching a lot of SPAC Nation.
Don't go there.
I don't know.
No, the formula. Oh, you haven't heard? Oh my gosh, yeah. So it's a priest, just quickly, and he set up a new church, it's a big church, and it's basically just full of young people who were on road.
Yeah.
And then he converts them, the road youth, into Christian warriors. And I'm just like, round of applause. Brilliant idea.
But when you're
is this a real
watching him,
thing?
yeah, it's a real thing. But when you're watching him, there's something a little bit scary.
Of course there is, definitely. But all kind of cultish leaders, there's something scary about
I think I've seen them in real life outside Lewisham Shopping Centre.
Probably,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And they've got their designer stuff on, like their videos are a bit kind of, their videos are basically like, you come to our church, you will have a car, you will get girls.
Okay.
And they do the gun sign dancing.
I think
they're in
I
church.
saw some
I
because
haven't seen that, no.
Oh,
Really?
No,
I think I did see some young guys, because they were like, I was crossing the street and they were kind of sort of trying to get my attention. Hey, miss. And I was just like, what is it? And they're like, oh, come and read this, or like hurling these Bible verses out.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, okay. This is new. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, it's a nice young man. I was like, I've talked to you, but because I'm just intrigued, like these young men, you know, that I thought were like just young boys hanging out. But
you see, my son reckons that it could be other things going on under the cover of SPAC Nation Church.
Yeah, I mean,
That's all I
like
can
history would say that and we've got like 5 years, and there'll probably be some scandal of sexual abuse, money laundering, or both of them.
Yeah.
What does SPAC mean? It doesn't even sound like a church.
I think it stands for, special whatever.
Now that's the bit that we need to know, guys, because we need to dissect this. What is the etymology of these words?
Well, I think the truth is, though, that we know created religion is all about holding people down. So it's just, they're just finding another way to hold these people down, and and the whole money side of it is all quite, it's using the same imagery but saying it's all right because they're all in church.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you're showing Lamborghinis and people wearing designer heels and you're doing all the gun signs, but you know, there's this weird song my son played for me, one of their songs, which is sort of like gathering souls for Jesus, but actually it was quite demonic sounding. Do you know what I mean? It's quite like, bloody hell, I don't want to be at this place. You know, it's not. It didn't, there wasn't quite the love. You know,
No,
it
it's
wasn't
not
quite,
aimed at you.
Yeah, no, at all.
No,
At
no.
all, at
No,
all,
I'll
at
check
all.
it out, but
Yeah.
I don't want to join that group.
No.
No, I
I'm
just
quite
think
confident
as
I
a
don't want to join that
business
group.
model for gathering people, I think the pastor is like struck gold.
Mm.
Like,
But the
he's
thing
taken
is, though,
it another level.
if you want money and you want that kind of money, it's really easy. There's so many grants for churches. That's how they have their money. It's not really the parishioners' contribution, it's the grants that they get, and there's just tons. I met a woman in Burkina Faso, massive grant to translate the Bible into, there's 3 different languages in Burkina Faso where they haven't got the Bible translated in, and she was there with something like £250,000 grant.
Come on.
Yeah, so if you want to go a certain way, there's ways and means. You get your charitable status, call yourself the Church of whatever, Fosserism, Church of Fosserism. I will be there with you, Nana, filling in grant forms.
Exactly.
If
I should have
that's
gone through with it.
that's the way that we're going to go. But we've only got a few minutes now, so I'm going to ask about what's our vision for the next 100 days? What does each person really, really, really want to achieve or think about the next 100 days? Whatever you want to say about the next 100 days. That's a minute each, starting with Nicola.
Success. Plain and simple success. I want to crack my goals, my vision goals, which I've written down, and just...
So at the end of the 100 days, what will say success? Is it a bank balance thing? Is it a way of doing things? Is it somebody, you've hired somebody? What's that one thing
Bank
that
balance.
says? Bank balance. Okay, so we're going to remember that. Bank balance. Nana?
Yeah. Same. It would be bank balance,
Mm-hmm.
staff, processes, happiness.
Hey, Charlie, that's a lot for 100 diesel.
Look, some people manage to do it like that.
I like it. So we're saying bank balance, staff, happiness,
Processes.
and
And
processes.
And happiness.
But you're pretty happy at the moment.
I was
So
gonna
what's
say
going to
that.
be the happiness? What's going to be
I
different to
could-
this level?
I could be happier.
So what would that be? That because you're in a bigger
I would-
house, or
No, I would be happier if I had my processes on lock. I would
Okay.
be happier if my customers were happier. I'd
okay,
be happier if my staff were happy. I'd be
okay,
happier if my bank balance was happy and healthy.
okay. So we know what your happier looks like.
Yeah.
And for Madam Iola, what's that going to look like for you? What's your
Definitely monetary, so
Mhm.
but I'll go with the bank balance thing because obviously everyone wants more money.
Yeah.
And I think I just need more structure. I know I need more structure and more reinforced boundaries. So just following certain protocols will help me to get to the next step. So, and that means again discipline. So reinforced discipline, and that will look like a healthy bank balance. That will look like a healthy body. And peace of mind and happiness as well.
Okay, fabulous. So the girls are going to be back on again. We're going to have a different theme when the girls come back on. I don't know what that theme is going to be. Maybe we'll talk about sex or something.
I'm awake now.
We're going to have something else when the girls come back on. So this was introduced to introduce everybody to the 5-star legacy. Thank you so much, sisters.
Missing Joy.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, we are missing Joy, but hopefully we'll drag her down for the next one. We shall do our best, and we are about to go into the ads, and I've been left on my own to do this today. How could they do that to me? Just leave me on my own to do it. So 2 seconds and it's now.
She did it.
I mean, all you had to do was talk yourself.
Listen, next time I'm going to be like, no, you can come and sit here. It's like,
And you know, if it was closer, I would actually like do the producing. But no, this was a mission.
Want to come to this place?
Close
It is
incentive,
now
yeah.
for me.
Yeah, it's not the easiest part of
yeah,
town.
yeah. No, definitely coming from
I tried
east.
to warn you guys, taxi from Brookston, yeah? Straight.
I see, in my head, I thought it was in Brixton. I think I was just half reading.
Oh,
So
no.
I kept on saying to Russia, I'm going to Brixton.
I think
It's
you're the one
around
who
the
even
corner.
wrote down Herne Hill.
Yeah, that was when
It's
I
literally
really
around the
looked.
corner.
Yeah, Herne Hill's not far, but when I
Yeah.
said
Do you wanna
which
stop
is
there?
closest station,
Oh, yeah.
when I
Is there
said which is
another
closest station, no.